shift humanity out of the current divides and onto a better place. That's coming up. Rob, do you want to say something about Spirit Cafe?
Um, and Spirit Cafe, as a reminder, is next Saturday. As always, up to this point, it has been the second Saturday of each month. So this month will also be the second Saturday, but we've agreed as a group for those who regularly attend that next month we will shift that to the third week as a permanent change. So everybody's welcome. Just an open discussion about whatever spiritual topic is on our mind. We're going to start the one next week. The start of the discussion will be about the whole notion of various timelines and picking timelines and how do you know you're on the right timeline and all that kind of thing. As always, we just start the discussion with the topic and then let it meander wherever it takes us.
And then we finish this Spirit Cafe session with either meditation or a channeling, something like that, for about 15 minutes, just to seems to be important for all of us to step into a more active role in shifting the frequency of this planet that we're on, our home. Let's see, are there any other quotes here today who have any other or anyone, any other announcements about events coming up, anything you wanted to announce this morning? And if not, we will dive right in to our activities today. Okay. So Rob and I met a couple of days ago, and we were talking about what we might do. Rob brought up the idea of forgiveness. And there was something about taking forgiveness to a much deeper level. And so what we're going to do is go into a meditation, take ourselves to a higher place, call in the archangels, receive forgiveness individually, grant ourselves forgiveness. I always hear the phrase blanket amnesty to yourself for everything and anything. And then we're going to beam to the planet, to various locations, with the intention of dissolving some of the division that we have on our planet right now. And it seems that the only way to get beyond division, whether it's in yourself or in a situation at large, is to bring in the frequency of forgiveness so that maybe each side can take a breath and decide to choose something else, a different way. So everybody, why don't we go ahead and get started? If you want to close your eyes, and I'm going to do the same, and let's just take a couple deep breaths. We dove right into it this morning. I know that I can't tell you what time everything quieted down last night because here in the US we had fireworks going, oh my gosh, everywhere. So I want to take a deep breath and kind of anchor myself this morning as well. Deep breath. While we're right here just for a moment, I want you to consider if there's something within yourself, we're doing self-healing first, that you have been holding on to, some little grudge, some old so-called mistake that you made or that you believe someone else made, any feelings of betrayal, that little thing that has been sitting there sometimes for years. You think you've healed it, you think you've cleared it, but if there's something inside of you right now that you can forgive yourself for on a very deep level here and forgive those involved, It'll come to you quite quickly and easily. And now, in our next breath, deep breath, and on the out breath, just begin to feel your consciousness rising. Deep breath. Feel your consciousness rising up out of your chair, rising up in the room, rising up. Keep breathing deeply. And with each out breath, it just keeps going through the ceiling. And as you get up above the roof and you begin to get a good vantage point of your city, of your country, of your town, we call forth the archangels. Michael, Yophael, Uriel, Raphael, Gabrielle, and those that I haven't mentioned, as there are many others who work with us. We call forth the Council of Love. Melchizedek has been very chatty with me this week. Yeshua, the Divine Mother, Father One. And take this moment to call forth anyone who you feel could join us in this venture today as we take our self-healing and we send it to the planet. Deep breath. Notice the archangels with you, and let's continue to rise, rise, rise. And you get up high, you get up into the sky, and it's beautiful and it's peaceful. Oh, and it's cool. And there's a nice breeze. And there are birds, and you can look down now and you can see the cityscape, and you can see layouts of the land, and you can see the countryside and the green hills, wherever you are in the world. Just keep rising up. And what we're going to do is we're going to pass through just a bank of clouds. They're very soft and nice, but notice that the archangels are not leading us, but they're with us side by side. We are in the lead of this exercise today. And as we move through this little bank of clouds and everything gets foggy, like a beautiful foggy day on a fall morning, with one breath, we come through to the top of these clouds. And there we anchor. And you find the archangels forming a circle. And I want you to look around and notice the rest of us popping up from all over the world. I can see it. I can see Robin waving from over there from Sweden. I can see Jennifer from Maine. I can see Rob from Maryland. I can see so many of you popping up. And we come together. We come together. You wave, you come together and take hands. We take hands and we form a circle. And the archangels form a circle around us, every wing touching. And up above is a beautiful umbrella, the Divine Mother, Father, One, beaming into us divine radiance and forgiveness. Now, as you keep breathing deeply, feel this forgiveness coming through the top of your head, this frequency of forgiveness and penetrating every cell in your body. And just give it permission. Please assist me in dissolving any little hitches that I may be carrying that's keeping me slightly away from full unity consciousness. We invoke the universal law of transmutation to transmute any little elements that may be inside of each of us that are ready to be healed, ready to be transmuted, that are just keeping us slightly off center from unity consciousness. And I choose today to forgive myself for all the times that I thought I made mistakes, that I thought I could have done so much better. Oh my, there are so many times. Today I choose to blanket amnesty. Today I choose to grant myself blanket amnesty for all time. I recognize until I really feel clear inside, oh, then I can really beam and assist with breaking up and healing some of the division in our world. All right. I invoke the universal law now of elevation to elevate the frequency of forgiveness within myself, within all of us. Just allow that energy to work its magic. And just take a look up just for a moment as the archangels are all around us in a circle. You might see starships. Remember, our star family are deeply, deeply encouraging us to and assisting us in continuing to shift humanity in ascension, to raise the frequency. And the frequency raises when you clear some of these little old hitches. Now, as we allow our self forgiveness to continue to integrate and penetrate and transmute, let's turn our attention to the earth that you can see below now. Those clouds, they've cleared. Beautiful vantage point of the earth. Now, there's some place on this planet, maybe more than one, that you're drawn to immediately that needs to receive divine radiance and forgiveness. And every party involved. There's a place, there's a situation, there's a conflict. This may be a big situation to us. This may be Gaza. This may be a world conflict. It may be the ocean and all that plastic. We're going to clear out of there. It may be Gaia herself. Take a deep breath now. And what we're going to do is we're going to beam divine radiance and forgiveness out of our hearts, and it's going to shoot right down to that place on the planet that you feel you're drawn to. And this may even be a family situation. This may be your neighbors who they haven't spoken to each other in years. Wouldn't it be wonderful to assist sending that frequency of forgiveness that maybe one of them will wake up and say, I, I would like to I'd like to talk to that person again. I don't care what their political views are. I don't care what I think happened when he borrowed my lawnmower and never returned it to me. I'd like to talk to him. Take a deep breath now. We're going to beam out of our hearts. And beam. This is our power. This is who we are. Beam divine radiance, the frequency of forgiveness. It's coming through our heads from the Divine Mother, Father One. It is being anchored by the archangels all around us, and we are beaming it right out down to the earth below. Deep breath. I'm going to do this 3 more times. Send it down. Oh, send it to the countries that seem to be forever in conflict, that they until there's forgiveness, just a glimmer of it, there is no way that they can break up this division. Rob's in Maryland, right by Washington, D.C. Maybe we want to beam some energy to D.C. today. All right. And on our last big breath and beam, just imagine this divine radiance, this frequency of forgiveness shooting out of your heart in all directions, 360, and going down to the planet and finding its location. Divine radiance is conscious. It knows where it needs to go. It seeks peace. It seeks balance. It seeks unity. Now just observe for a moment. What I see is a pink mist laying over the planet, enveloping the planet, really, a gentle pink mist. How can you stay in hate and division when you're sitting in a beautiful pink mist and breathing in this mist, this frequency of forgiveness? All right. Now, while we're here, Rob, would you like to step in and see who would like to contribute to this today?
Thank you, Martin. As I see us all in the circle, archangels included, I see Archangel Gabrielle stepping forward into the center of the circle to address us all. Greetings, all. Yes, this is Gabrielle, messenger of the One, here today to bring you a message of thanks, of gratitude from all at the Council of Love, the full company of heaven, for all that you do, what you are doing here today, and what you do every day. Our dear brother Mikhail reminds you to stay centered during times of chaos. To many, this does appear as a time of extreme chaos, all the events on the world, in your own lives. Again, simple reminder, stay centered, stay in your heart, just as you are here now. And being in your heart means being connected to who you really are as divine beings, as representatives on earth, on planet, to beam that divine radiance to all that you see. And whether you are conscious of it or not, you are, in fact, beaming that radiance at all times. And we are ever grateful for you volunteering to assume this role. I have said many times, the keys to heaven, love, trust, forgiveness, unity, connectedness, and balance. These are all equal, but today, as Martin so graciously led us to discuss forgiveness, yes, it is a time for all of you, all light workers, to forgive all that you see. As Rob often says, forgiveness, the word itself, 2 parts, for, meaning beforehand, to give of yourself. So in reality, it means to give the love of yourself from a point of time beforehand, that is, before any perceived slight or upset ever happened. For in reality, It never really did happen. Anything that you perceive as upsetting that contributes to the chaos that you find in any way upsetting, it's really a reflection what is happening within you based on your own belief system. So I encourage you today that as you beam out those feelings of forgiveness for all that you see, for all slights that you perceive, that you acknowledge that that is an indicator, anything that disturbs your peace, of something within you, a belief that you need to let go of. Have no fear. There's no place for fear in any of this. And this is where the key of trust comes in. Forgiveness and trust go hand in hand. Trust that there is a divine plan and that you are fulfilling your portion of that wonderfully, admirably. Again, we are filled with gratitude for all that you do. So remember, in forgiving others, in reality, you are forgiving yourself for any perception of a slight or anything to disturb your own peace. And once you've settled into that place of peace and resolved that within yourself to let that go, then you are in a position to beam that full peace in full divine radiance, unencumbered by your own beliefs, out to the world to resolve that for all others as well. Again, we could not be more thankful for all that you do, for coming together today in this beautiful circle. I'm sure you have no idea just how extensive the effect is that you have from your efforts today and any day. Carry on with my blessings, my thanks, my gratitude, my joy for all of us at the Council of Love. Farewell for now.
Thank you, Rob, and thank you, Gabrielle. Is there anything else, Rob, you wanted to contribute here?
Um, I don't think so. Thank you all for indulging us. Pinch hitting for Linda.
Yes. Yeah, before we remember, we're still floating up there. Let's just take a look around at everyone and say thank you. Thank you, everyone, as we release hands and we let each of us go back to our respective places in the world and carry that resonance with us. Thank you, and the archangels very graciously guide us, surround us as each of us goes back down, 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 and lands back in our chair, in our part of the world, carrying this beautiful resonance frequency of forgiveness now. And when you're ready, open your eyes and we'll come back. Allow this to just integrate and continue to work its magic. And just the one last thing I keep hearing is notice how far you all have come from seeking out a spiritual teacher, very wise, and listening and taking in information and waking and awaking and awaking to now being the energy of change on this planet. That's a huge transition. So thank you, everyone. I think we also did want to say, just before we tune out, does anybody want to share anything about their experience today? How you're feeling?
It was really
Jennifer.
beautiful. Thank you so, so much. I really felt that I immediately wanted to send forgiveness to Washington. And you picked up on that, Martin. Thank you for that.
Yes, I did.
And I love the whole suggestion of forgiveness. We all have personal areas, and we have areas as citizens of this world and as people in families. We all have situations where we can continue if we forgive ourselves, and we won't be projecting onto someone else. So thank you so much for it was beautifully led. Thank you for stepping in and for your
Thank you,
love.
Jennifer.
Again, thank you all for allowing us to pinch it. Hope that wasn't disappointing.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you. You both did a wonderful job. It was beautiful. And I mean, I don't know where I went, but it was beautiful and so peaceful. And I love doing the forgiveness part because I mean, I went back to so many different places that I had forgotten about, and even from childhood. And I didn't even remember about some of those incidents of childhood. And I said, and, I just let the forgiveness flow with such love and beauty. And it was, the energy was just so beautiful. I'm still getting God bumps, as I call it, thinking about it. So thank you very much for bringing that in, and you both did a wonderful job. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. With that, unless there's anyone else throwing their hand up in the air, we will say have a wonderful weekend. And keep beaming. We make a difference. We truly do. Thank you all. Thank you, Rob.
Thank you, Martin. Thank you all.